Talking about the Mayans, 25, 6, 25, right? Talking about the Mayans, 25, 6, 25. Well, here's your question mark, right? Lamed, Lamed, or question mark, right? When we come out to the bottom, and it's the same thing. Here's your Lamed right over here. Your Lamed is on this side. Your question mark is here. So now we have to figure out the numbers that work with this 25, 6, 25, because this is your 2, 4, 6. You need this in order to have your side, that side, and the center between two. I'm not going to put this up here. I'm not sure where I'm going to finish this, but I will definitely join this up. I'm going to join this up, paint in all the colors. Just had a call from the doctor, psychiatric department, made one mistake. I'm not very happy with it, but you know what? I wasn't sure because they were going to ask anyways. They're going to match dossiers, right? If they match dossiers with my original dossier and I lie, then I'm screwed, right? So I can't lie. You can't lie about certain things, but you know what? People take your truth and use it to their advantage, right? Everybody's trying to protect you. So here's the two sides. Battery in here, put a battery in here, and in here is the lock. See the eye lock? See the eye lock? H, two O's. I and I inside H. Can we do it this way? We got race cars. Everybody's ready. We're lining up. So we have to go to Formula One for this, and we have to find out by Formula One, okay, how we're going to line this up. So we're going to come here, and come here is Formula One, right? This is your arrow for Formula One. Here's the cars. At the same time, it's the pyramid. We're going to come over here, and over here, Formula One. See, we run the extra angle to run on the inside. You cannot run the 45 degree because this is what cuts off. This is what cuts off. This angle is what separates the air. And I have to do this. This is 2 and this is 4, right? And it creates this design. You do know what this design is, right? Everybody does know what this design is. Now I'm trying to see if I can, there's another way to do this, and I'd have to run this over here. I'm not really sure which way it goes, because this will create the 5-point star, but I'm not going to go any further than that. I just wanted to show you the same thing, and the same thing goes over here. I don't know what the design is. I'm not quite sure. Now all I have to do is put my locks. This will lock these two together. This will lock these two together. Now if they're locking them together, we need to pass through here. So we pass another one through here, and there's a hole in here and a hole in here, and it locks everything together. Nobody moves. 1 tire, 2 tires, 3 tires, 4 tires. H makes the car. Who's in the car? I and I. What does it pull along? I'm not sure. This is the design from this. 44 back and back. Here's your 4. Here's your L1. Here's your L1 becomes your 4. In other designs, it creates the 7. 7, 1, and 4 all go together. Here's your 5. Here's the center of the 5. L and L. LOL, laugh out loud. Here's the center of the 3. When we outline this piece, it becomes this. V in this corner. V taking up all the way, but we're not taking up here. It's taking up only part of 7. You see this one will come all the way to the bottom. We have this design here. What's that design going to do? I don't know. So I color it in. Just going to color it in. I don't know where I'm going with this video yet, but I'm just looking myself. So if I'm looking for myself, yeah, sometimes I talk too much, eh? Patient? Am I patient? One of the questions was, were you patient? Are you patient? I go, yeah. But then I said, you know what? You know when I'm not patient? I stop getting patient when I tell you that we're going to leave at 7 and it's 9 o'clock already, and I say, let's go. Okay? I begin to get impatient, right? So anyways, this is what the design turns out to be. Okay, now if we want, we can now fill in the rest of the design so we can see. They said, are you delusional? Do you see things? No, I don't see anything. But even if I told them I did see anything, they would never understand. They don't understand. People in this world do not understand the secondary worlds, because it's not supposed to exist, right? There is no other world. Nothing is supposed to exist, okay? But you know what? I believe something does exist. she can't see anything because I'm not seeing anything except for these designs. Now, what would this design do? I'm not sure yet. Can I follow this here? Follow down this way and this way. Here's my 5 inside over here. So if I remove this 5, then I have to remove this 2. If I remove this 5 and this 2, I end up with this design over here. This is open over here. So if I end up with that design, we're going to show you the design by removing this 5. I'm going to remove this 5 over here. So if I remove the 5, what's going to end up is this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to end up over here. And this is the 5. So I'm just trying to remember here, 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 and here, and here. And this is the way it ends up, this design over here, removing the 5 from this design. So what is this going to do? I'm not sure. We're going to take that and we're going to do the same thing for the bottom part of the 2. So the bottom part of the 2 starts here. It comes down to here. It goes over to here. It goes down to here. And it goes over to here. So now I take this part of the 2 and I go over 1. I go all the way up and I go all the way over. And this is the designs left over from the 2 sides. So in order to figure out the design from 2 sides, we're going to have to go on the outside of this design. Now, how can I come on the inside of this design? I have to leave this like this, and this one is the same thing, okay? Now, the question is, since this 2 ends up to be here, and here, and here, and here, and here, then this part, okay? See this part over here? I said has to go up. It doesn't go up because it belongs to this. I don't need this over here, right? Let me try to figure this out. This way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and to here. There is nothing up here. I don't need this, but I can leave it there. Okay, so this would end up being over here. Okay, and then this one, where the 2 would end, over here. Okay, this space over here, there is nothing here. So I would have to go, and I can't go backwards because I would fill up this space now. So I would have to actually go in like this. And then this one, I would actually have to do this and do this. So I'm going to have to figure out what this design comes to. This one becomes the K, right? Do you know what the K is? You do know what the K is, right? You do know what the K is, right? Right? The cat, right? The cat's ears. The cat's ears is the K. 11 is your communication. 1 and 1 is 2, right? 2 is on the outside of 1. K now, 2 is the outside of 1. The connector creates the electronic between 2. And then we have, oh, what was that? Oh, yeah, that was my video. Here's your H. We understand what our H is. Omaha. Omaha. We're going to do this in the next video. Omaha Titan. 20, 40, 49, 50, 64. 20, 40, 49, 50, 64. 64. And S, 74, 83, the church. 64 minus 19, 45, the fox. The hole, the arrow, and the church is the fox, and that's the way the Greek gods. Omaha is the word, or the ohms, whatever you know. What is that vibration? Om. 1, 8, 1. 9 and 8, the high heaven, creating 17, 17, 34, the DC energy. Inside 68, which is the mind of the cat. The word is 181. You know what Paris is? Well, Paris, okay, in French is Paris, and it means Tibet. It means Paris, it means a pair of. Pair of what? This says Mars. When I see IS together, 9 and 19 equals to magic square 28. This resembles Mars moons. Burgundy in France, again, Burgundy is the 7, the 8, and the 15 inside a pool. Burgundy in Paris in France is the gateway to 6. The spirit is inside France. So I got to understand what's happening inside of France. What is this? This is 4, 4, 3. This one over here is a 6. I needed to make the 6 because I have the top side and the low side. And because there's only 3, when there's 3, this one has to own the whole center by itself. So this in 6 owns, and it's enclosed in, creates an 8, creates 9, 8. 3, 6 will now create 9, 8 inside its design of 1, 2, 3 equaling to 9 and 9, 9 lives of the cat. Remember 9 and 3 above, because if you're going to take this line in roulette and make a two-sided bet at 17 to 1, you needed to connect the two sides. So you take the upper row. So this 3 goes to the upper row, making 3 and 3, 6. This one goes to the bottom row, 3 and 3, 6, 6 and 6. And then we connect the center row, 3 and 3, 6, 6, 6, 6 is 18, and all we had is 12 numbers. We started with 9, but we have to connect the upper to the lower. Inside roulette, the minimum you can take is 12 numbers to create this bet. You either bet a 1 number, a 2 numbers, a 3 numbers, a 4 numbers, 5 is rare, 6 is not rare, 6 is 5 to 1, 6, 5 goes together as the letter F. Then there's 12 numbers, and then there's half the board, 18 and 18, odd and even, and color. Odd and even is 2 to 1, and color is 2 to 1. So remember, odd and even and color are both 2 to 1. We still have to go back to Omaha, the biggest city in Nebraska, city, Missouri River. Biggest city, Omaha, Nebraska. Missouri, Omaha. Where is Omaha? The biggest river, Missouri. Mail delivery meet, Omaha. Topeka. Board, Education. The Board of Education, Omaha is Topeka. It's not in Omaha, it's in Topeka. Okay, which equals to 911-1. This here is inside the blackjack, where all the picture cards become 10, including the 10 itself. And inside the game of Baccarat, in Baccarat, the star equals to 0 in Baccarat. 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6 is a star. Baccarat 10 equals to 0. And blackjack picture equals to 10. So we combine these two. And never mind, running under the house of the church in Baccarat, this is a very special number. When 3 pulls an 8 in Baccarat, everything stops when it's the player. When it's the bank, well, there's no other cards pulled anyways. We did the feet in the mile. We did the kidney. Harvest. R-A-H. 1, 8 equals 9 equals 18. 8, 1, 18. Harvest. The life, invest in life. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. We'll be doing Omaha in the next video. Thank you for watching.